Hey everyone, Justin with Bousquet Realty Group here on May 4th of 2021. May the 4th be with you. I wanted to go ahead and just shoot a video in the Ask a Real Estate Agent a Question series. I apologize, I keep looking over at my laptop. It's because I got an email submitted question to me, and it was a good one. Said, hey Justin, I was wondering if anybody has ever asked you to provide references. That's a great question. I have not had to deal with that as much, but I would definitely want to. I mean, it's definitely a good idea. You know, past performances and years of experience are valuable as far as the types of, or like as an indicator, I guess, of your competence as a real estate agent. So, I mean, if you're asking for references in relationship to that agent, I think it's a good thing. I think the reason you definitely want to establish some credibility, and you want to talk to a couple of people that they've done business with in the past and see what their experience is. My only concern is that you may get real estate agents that only give you references for people that have had good experiences with them. I mean, that's my only concern with that particular reference. But it is a good way for you to establish some of the strengths and weaknesses that they may have with working with other clients. And it might be a good way to just analyze and maybe ask more questions. If you're going to be interviewing multiple real estate agents, which I recommend, you should definitely be doing that. It would be really interesting if you had a real estate agent that said no. Could you provide me with some references? I say no. And I think the only reason why they could possibly say no is that they don't have any. They don't have any business experience. They haven't sold a home before. Whatever the case may be. I mean, even then though, I think you got to be a little bit creative as a realtor, and maybe give some references of people that have worked with you in the past, or some professional references of other things that you may have done in the business. So I think of it from this point of view. If you're going to be applying for a job, you have to submit a resume, right? So when you submit that resume, then you get called in for an interview, and then they make you fill out the application, which I don't understand, but because it's everything on the resume. But once you fill out that application, there is a section on there. And there's a section on there for your resume too, where they ask you for where you put references down. And those are the people that you trust to not only give you a good review, but to kind of play to some of your strengths and some of your weaknesses. And you can kind of ask those people that you call for those references and say, yeah, hey, what did you like about them? What did you not like about them? And kind of get a third party view instead of talking to the person, to kind of indicate which kind of performance they're having, and kind of gauge who they are. So I think it's a great question. I couldn't have asked for a better question. But you could also see, once you've talked to those people, you can, obviously get back in touch with that agent and talk to them again, and then kind of see how they handle some criticism from people. Because if you've got somebody who's going to give you a reference, I mean, quite frankly, if they're going to give you a reference, you want some good and some bad. You want to find out how they handle some criticism. You might talk to a friend of mine and say, hey, he's a really good, he was really good, but I think he could have been better with his communication. You might bring that back to the realtor and say, hey, John Jones over here said that you were really good at the process, but you weren't really all that great at keeping them in touch, and that's important to me. Do you think you could improve in that way for me? And see how they respond. They might be offended, and then you might be able to find out that realtor may have not been for you. I know it sounds time consuming, but you have to spend some time where it's important. Then things that are important, I can't think of anything more important than selling your home. Some of you have been in your houses for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I mean, the longer you've been in your home, the more valuable it is to you. So wouldn't you want to spend, a couple of hours of your time making sure you got the right person for the job? And this question is a good question, because this helps you identify that person. So thank you for the submission. Thank you for the question. Great question on the 4th. And I look forward to tomorrow's question for the series on Cinco de Mayo. So again, if you need me for anything, you can send me a message. My email will be in the description, along with my website, and my contact information is on my website. So you're welcome to just leave that there. You can drop me an email if you want to hear another submission from somebody else. Also, you can leave a comment in there, and I'll try to answer it for you, either in a video or text it, or type it back to you. And I appreciate you checking it all out. And guys, have a great day. Thanks so much.